Hey guys, this is Ash here from Network Studios. We are back with another video, and today I would like to go over my plans for building the music studio series, which I'm going to be starting next year. So a quick brief backing story to this. You might not know, but I'm an MC slash DJ slash guy who's into music, and basically what I'm planning to do is sort out my shed. So I have a shed in my backyard, and I'm kind of hoping next year to turn it into a music studio where I can record MCs, where I can record and mix tracks, and where I can just basically work in my own space in general with music and just be a lot better than doing it all in the house inside of this room. But the shed is a little bit more tougher than you think. The shed has been left stood with nothing done to it for quite a long time. So, for example, some of the walls have gone a bit mouldy. It wants a new carpet. It needs coats of paint. It needs a lot of work and attention doing to it. But I have some plans for what I want to do to the shed next year. And what I want to do in this video is go over my initial plans for things I want to do to the shed. And I'm going to also be looking at some things on my phone just to get a general price of what some of the things are going to cost me. So first of all, what I want to do when we start the series is I want to clear out the whole entire shed, so there's absolutely nothing in there, and I want to sort out stuff which is staying in there for now and the stuff which is going. Now, believe you and me, I am really going to sort this shed out this year. So what I mean by that is every time I've gone to try and sort this shed out, because there's been other people's stuff in there, you know, other family members and stuff, they've always gone, oh well, that's still going to have to stay there, there's no room to put it somewhere else, or you'll have to leave that in there for now, or oh, you can't move that out. That is a complete no-no next year. When I really sort this out and make a good go of it, I want to sort everything out, and the stuff what isn't mine, I don't want in there. The stuff what's mine, I will sort out and find some form of home for it, whether it's in here, whether it's stuff what's just ideal for the bin, or whether it's something I'm going to need to think about selling what has absolutely nothing to do with music. But I am clearing out the whole entire shed, and as you know, I'm going to kind of do it as a vlogging slash building series. So I will be like recording, I will be kind of time lapsing some of the stuff, maybe if I can time lapse it, if I get some decent software for editing the videos what I record on the camera, and then just putting in a time lapse and stuff like that. So for example, I'll be saying, right, I'm gonna paint this wall, guys, then I'll leave the camera recording me painting the wall, but then when I put it in the editing, it'll all be kind of time lapsed up, and then I'll kind of say, right guys, the wall's done, and then I'll do a little preview of the wall, what I've kind of just done to it. So let's get on to the more exciting stuff, you know, giving it a coat of paint and stuff like that is going to be kind of the boring stuff. What stuff am I hoping to put in to my music studio? Well, I have a sound system stereo over there, what my MC microphones connect to, so I'm going to be taking them down into that shed, and I will be putting them somewhere so I can connect my receiver, and I can plug in my wireless microphone. As a matter of fact, I will just show you it, guys. I've got two microphones. One's like a cheap plug-in one, and then this one's a little bit more expensive, and it's just a general everyday check one mic, turns on style mic, but you've got to have a receiver over there what works to kind of pick up like a miniature signal to the battery inside of the wireless mic. So I'm going to be doing a lot of MCs in there once we get this thing like underway, once this project starts going, and obviously when it's done. I will be bringing a microphone into there. Another thing I do want is a little table where I can stand a laptop on with a little chair. So for example, when I'm kind of like, say for example, if I've recorded a studio track and I want to go ahead and sit there and maybe do a bit of computer work and stuff like that, I want to be able to sit at the desk so I can like kind of like publish tracks or kind of like, you know, adjust things to them. Um, Another thing I want to do, which is going to be a little bit more easier said than done, and currently right now, obviously as you know, I've got internet inside of the house, but what I want to do is make it so the internet connection stretches to the shed. Now if I go to the shed right now, which I'm not actually going to do, but if I was to do that, my phone would disconnect from the internet. It wouldn't pick up a signal because the home hub is too far away. The shed is all the way out the back and the home hub's all the way near the front window, so it's not going to work as such. You have a bit more trouble trying to get the internet connection to stretch. So I want to do that. You know, I want to try and find a way to make the internet connection stretch so I can pick up a signal just good enough to check Facebook in there, just good enough to upload an MC or upload a track when I'm in there. That's kind of something what I want to do. Then another thing I want inside of the shed, which is probably really the final thing, well, not the final thing, but it's probably going to be the final thing which is going to take up a decent amount of room, and that is a little table stand or a little place where I can stand my DJ decks on. So for example, I have a little miniature DJ controller and I want like a little miniature DJ booth where I can just stand the decks on, stand the laptop on top when I'm doing like some mixing, and just have it as a little general thing in general where I can just go ahead and, you know, do some mixing. And then I also just want to put a few little disco lights around the area, maybe just hanging from the ceiling, nothing too sort of bad. I also wouldn't mind a little mini fridge to go in there at some point, just a small one, not like a big one, just one where I can store a couple of cans of drink or something, or you know, put something in there. So when it's, so for example, if I'm having like, you know, a day of spending a good few hours in there making some tracks and just playing about with some software, you know, and it's maybe like a nice warm day, I can just go ahead and make myself a drink if I really want to. I might even just put a little kettle in there on a little side table or something as well, just so I can make a warm drink if I'm in there a while and it's colder weather. Then another thing what I would like to do is I would like to get a neon on air sign. So when I'm recording an MC or when I'm in the studio doing some studio tracks, what I want to do is kind of do like an on air sign. Now I am the biggest person to get interrupted while doing anything, whether it's a live stream on the PlayStation 4, whether it's some kind of recording. I'll always get somebody more than likely coming to knock and say there's a cup of tea ready, or there's something going down. So what I'd like to do is have an on-air sign, so if somebody walks to the shed, they can look through the window and they can see that the on-air sign is lit, and then they'll know that I'm busy. And then obviously you get the idea that I'm kind of doing something. So just a little on-air sign to go on the wall, and then apart from that on the walls, just a few music posters, maybe some MC Noble logos, nothing too extremely, you know, I guess pricey, just a few cheap music posters, what you can pick up and just stick on the wall. Maybe get a few like things photo framed or something like that, you know, a few like just special stuff and hang them up on there. And then really for the inside, that's really all my plans really get turned to. I need a space in the middle for my motorbike to still be able to go inside. That's something which is going to have to stay there because there's nowhere else I can put it, but that's completely fine. As long as it's a nice day, I can just go ahead and move the motorbike outside just while I'm recording some tracks or something. And then at some point I want to get some form of like overhanging cover where I can, like, if it's wet or something, I could just move it outside, put it under there while I'm in there, while it's raining, and then I can just go ahead and put it back in the shed when I'm finished in the studio. So turning the attentions back to the outside before we end this video, at the side of one of the windows at the shed, the one closest to coming back to the house, there's like a little white outside light, and it used to be a censored light, so when you walk up to the shed, you know, you get the point. The sensor would censor that someone's there, and the light would light up. What I want to do is take that light out completely, do away with the whole entire light. Now, you know, if you look on a shop and you get like a shop sign, and then usually if it's something like a takeaway or something, or usually like something else, they'll have a little square sign hanging off of the building, and you know, it'll kind of like have the shop sign or something. Or say for example you look at a takeaway, they usually have the takeaway sign, and then they have that little square thing coming off the side what says Just Eat for the Just Eat website, and it kind of hangs off sideways. I don't know what the best way is to show you. I'll tell you what, if I get this camera, so picture this as your shop wall, you'd have your shop sign like that, and then you'd have a little miniature sign which comes off like that, and then it would display something on here, and it would say something. What I'd like to do is get a neon sign of that with the MC Noble logo in it. So I've got the MC Noble logo in mind as to what I want to do for it, and what I want to do is be able to have that on, but obviously have it with the ability of being able to turn it off when I'm not in there. But then when I'm in the studio, say if it's like this time around the year and it gets dark earlier, I come in from work and you know I've got some tracks what I want to make, I can light up the neon lighted sign, and then it'll just make everything look so immensely cool. And yeah, I'll be really excited for it. I might also put a few shelves on the wall inside, but that's really just genuinely my my personal idea. That's kind of my plans for the studio. They could turn and change depending on, you know, how things go down. The shed's not a massively huge shed, but you can fit something just as simple as a you can fit something as simple as a you know, everything I've suggested in there, little tables, place for a little laptop, and then you know, apart from that, it's just to really tidy it up and make it look nice again. So please like, subscribe and comment, and we shall basically see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.